welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Laura. I'm a registered nurse working in a psychiatric hospital. Thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel yet again. It's a little sunny outside, so I put this box up behind me so that the sun rays don't interrupt this video. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing some tips on how to stay motivated during nursing school, especially because nursing school is quite long. It's very rigorous, and you know, we always have life demands that don't stop just because we're nursing school. So I figured I would share some tips and tricks on how I stay motivated while I was in nursing school. So if that's something that you guys are interested in hearing about, then stay tuned. So the first tip I have on how to stay motivated in nursing school is to set goals. Set goals that are measurable, realistic, set goals that you can write down on a piece of paper, and that you can check them off as you progress through your nursing journey. That is what I did. So I had, in my journal, I had my goals. I had my long-term goals that I wanted to accomplish by the end of nursing school, and then I had my short-term goals, which were goals that I wanted to have accomplished by the end of each semester. And then as the semesters went on, I was able to check off my goals, and that really helped me stay motivated, because then I would know that, okay, this semester is going to come to an end. It's going to come to an end, because sometimes, especially if it's one of those subjects in the semester where you're not too familiar, but you just don't vibe with it, you know, you just can't flow with it. You're not really interested in the topics, but you have to learn about it. It can be hard to stay focused. So setting those goals through each semester really helped me to stay motivated. And like I said, they were realistic, and they were measurable. So I would be able to see the progress as I went along, and those would make me really happy. Also, one of the things that I eventually started doing while I was in nursing school, and I mean like on my second to last semester of nursing school, was I started to celebrate my goals and my successes. So I'm usually one of those people that are like, okay, I know I passed this test, but I'm not going to celebrate until I pass the final test and my transcript says pass. You know, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to feel good until I pass that class. Okay, well, that class is a couple months away, so what is gonna help me stay motivated in the meantime? So that's something that I eventually had to learn to adapt to, and it was very beneficial, because I would be able to celebrate, you know, each major final that we took, or major test that we took, or you know, our dosage calculations. I would be able to celebrate those small steps along the way that led up to me eventually passing that semester, instead of waiting until the end of that semester to celebrate it. So that's another thing that I did. When I set my goals, I also celebrated the success of completing those goals. All right, guys. So my second tip on how to stay motivated in nursing school is going to be, yeah, the second tip that I would share with you guys is to remember the why. Always remember the why. Why did you come to nursing school? You know, why are you here? What made you come all this way? What made you do it? You know, what is your motivator? Those late nights that you're up studying and you're tired, you want to go to sleep, but you really need to finish this chapter. Just remember, what are you doing this for? You know, is it for, you know, your family? Is it for, you know, your financial freedom? Just try and remember those whys, and that will help you at least give you maybe an hour more of motivation. Okay, I can't promise it'll last all night, but it will give you some motivation. Just try and remember the why. You know, try and just remember how thankful you are to be in this position, to be pursuing a higher education. And that tip will roll into with another tip, which is to reflect. It's so vital to be able to reflect on where you are now versus where you were, maybe within the past year, a couple months. It's very important, guys, because reflection is key. How will you know where you're going if you cannot stop and think about where you're coming from? That is all in reflection. Reflecting and giving thanks. Take a moment out to just be thankful that you're able to sit here and study and understand what you're learning. And I don't mean understanding everything, but just the fact that you're able to comprehend. So, reflecting and knowing your why. Someone out there is depending on you, and you know that, and that can be a part of your why. You may not even be doing this for an individual. You may be doing this for the future, your future family that you want to start. So just remember the whys. That really helps. All right, so my third tip, and one of the most important tips on this list, is it's very important to have a routine. Have a routine while you're in nursing school, because there's so much that you have to do. You have to get done, so many timelines, and it seems like there's not enough time. Have a routine, develop a routine. When I first started nursing school, within like the first semester, I did not have a routine, and I was a hot mess. I felt very stressed. I always felt overwhelmed. I always felt like I didn't have enough time to study. I didn't have enough time to sleep. I didn't have enough time to review. The hashtag of my life was I didn't have enough time. But eventually, I did develop a routine. I also had a part-time job while I was in nursing school, and it did not help to my hectic school program and me not having a routine. So when you develop a routine, you will know what days out of the week you need to set aside for studying, whether you study every day for an hour maybe, or 3 days a week for 2 hours out of those 3 days a week. It's up to you, but develop a routine to not get yourself stressed out and to not miss the little things. Um, I remember one of the things were in our third semester. So we had a teacher that was very strict. When I say very strict, I mean if you come to class at 10 o'clock, the doors are locked and that's it for you. So it was very important for me to make sure that I get enough sleep, to get up on time, to leave out the house, to get to school on time, to not be locked out. So just develop your routine, and know what time is your end point also. I know there are nights where you're going to have to stay up till 11, 12, maybe even 1, 2 o'clock to study. It's going to happen. There's no way around that. It will happen. However, this should not be occurring every night for you. If it's occurring every night for you, you definitely need a routine. And you definitely need to set a stop on where are you going to stop studying, stop schoolwork, because guess what? You need to shower and you need to start calming down for the night so that the brain can start to relax, guys. So it's very important that you develop a routine and stick to that routine. Okay, so my fourth tip, which is just as important as my third tip. Okay, so all of my tips are really important. Okay, they're all really important. But this fourth tip is going to be to, use your time wisely. Utilize your time wisely. And I don't mean just every day, I mean every break that you get. Utilize your time wisely. And this ties into planning ahead. All right, if you have an afternoon to yourself, let's say you are done with school by 3 p.m., and after that you are free, go home or wherever you go to study and know that you're going to put in some hours in studying. If it's 1 hour, 2 hour, dedicate that time. Don't just sit down with a book and you're looking at the pages and what you're reading, you're not even fully getting into your brain. Don't do that. If that's what you're doing, stop, because it's not getting you anywhere. You're only going to waste your hours that you're staring at that book. Do what you need to do to get into your routine. If you know that, hey, when I'm done with school, I need to go home and I need to take a nap before I begin again, do that. I'd rather you take an hour nap and get 1 hour of concentrated studying in than to go home, hit the books for 2 hours and not get anything done, not retain anything because you didn't feel rested. So utilize your time wisely. Also, if you have, like a weekend coming up where you don't have any plans, get those tasks out of the way that you don't want to be trying to get done while you're during the work week, during class time, like let's say an oil change, when I had my winter break or when I had a break from in between semesters, I scheduled my oil changes, I scheduled my car repairs, because there was always something wrong with my car. There was always something wrong with my car. And every mechanic was like, you need to fix this today, and it's going to be like $50,000. Okay. Sorry, guys. There was just a knock at the door. My boxes were delivered today, and I'm really excited. So I'm actually in the process of starting a business that I will be talking about on my YouTube channel. I'll be doing an individual video on it, but I'm so excited. The boxes came in, so they told me it was going to get delivered today. I didn't believe them because it was shipped out in like 0.2 seconds ago, so I'm just kidding. So I'm really excited that they came. So where was I? So yes, what I did was, I tried to utilize my time wisely, and I would advise you guys to do the same. Make sure you make use of every day, because every day you can be getting something done to freeing up your time during the week so that you can have more time for study and school stuff, okay? All right. So the final tip that I have that helped me stay motivated during nursing school, and hopefully will also help you guys stay motivated during nursing school, is to ask for help. Know when to ask for help. And your resources can come from many different avenues, And the resources that you utilize will depend on the type of help that you need. So if you are needing help with, like, maybe financial issues, I would suggest that you go to your school, maybe your school counselor, and talk to them to see how they can help, especially during the times of COVID-19, where a lot of us, our jobs are compromised because of COVID-19. If you are needing help with studying or learning and retaining the information, understanding the information, instead of just trying to read your textbook and understand it eventually, try looking up a different way to understand the information. Try watching a YouTube video, try staying afterwards in school to utilize your clinic hours so that you can train. A lot of schools have instructors in them all the time to help you, whether it be procedures or questions or concerns. Try emailing your instructor. Just always ask for help. And you have your classmates. Nursing school can be very competitive, and so, to be honest with you, not everybody is going to be willing to help you. So you may not want to initially go to your classmates. And then the thing is, because nursing school is so competitive, and I don't know why, but people can be very judgmental. Whenever you're in class and you don't understand something, you may feel like you don't want to raise your hand. I know I felt like that before, where I didn't want to raise my hand and ask a question because nobody else is asking a question. So I'm assuming everybody else understands it except me. So I didn't want to ask a question that I felt like was going to be a stupid question. So I didn't ask. And it only hindered me in my learning, because when the instructor kept on, teaching, my learning paused right there at that moment, because in order for me to understand what they were going to be lecturing about in the future, I needed to understand what I didn't understand. So ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help, and don't be afraid to ask one question 2-3 times. Make sure you understand it, because you're only hurting yourself, guys. You're only hindering your own learning. You're only slowing the progress of your learning. So make sure you ask for help. All right, so those are my tips that I have on how to stay motivated during nursing school. They certainly help me stay motivated. They help me to get a routine. They help to reduce my stress by not feeling rushed every single day and confused. They help me to not be taking a shower at 1 o'clock in the morning when I have to get up at 5:30 in the morning. So if you guys like, I can, write down these tips in the description or comment box below. Give a like. A like is free. And subscribe to my channel if you want to learn more. I'll be putting out nursing videos, In the future, I'll be making a video about my business that I'm going to be starting. So just let me know, you guys, and leave a question or a comment down below if you have any questions. So until then, have a great day, enjoy your day, and stay safe out there. All right, guys, see you in my next video.